Hello, St. Luke's family. This is Pastor Jim. Today is Veterans Day 2020, and reflecting on some of the World War II veterans that I've known and share just a little bit of their story as a way of reminding us and hopefully to spur you to be thinking of the veterans in your family and to say thank you for the service of veterans in your family and your community, and for you yourself, if you are a veteran, thank you for your service. Today I'm thinking of Mr. Faringer. Mr. Faringer was served in World War II and was in charge of many German POWs during the end part of the war, and he always said he never had any trouble with any of the German servicemen, that they were just like normal folks. And he said, except they loved oranges, and they would get crates of oranges, and he would sometimes find them hiding behind the crates of oranges, eating them, that they loved those. Think of Mr. Miller, who was in flight pilot training during the end of World War II and was never deployed overseas, and yet served his country in that way. I think of Mr. Wolfgang. Mr. Wolfgang, when World War II went through North Africa, up through Italy, and into Germany, and he talked about 2 times. He said that he only disobeyed his commanding officer twice during that war, and once was in Germany, once was in Italy. As they were coming up through in Italy, their convoy had to turn around, and the officer that was driving asked him to pull off into a driveway and turn around. And he did not feel comfortable doing that. He backed around and just made many-point turn to turn his vehicle around in the road. Another vehicle went into that same driveway and turned around, and there had been a mine planted there, and it exploded. The other time was in Germany, and they had gone into a house to search there, and it was cold. They were going to bunk down for the night, and there was a fire ready, laid out, but not started in the fireplace, and his officer asked him to start that fire, and he would not do it. He disobeyed. Instead, he looked through all the wood and everything that was there, and there in the midst of the wood was a hand grenade that had been planted. I think of another veteran that I knew who I had a chance to talk to, who served and was in the D-Day invasion. His group was to be in the second wave going on in D-Day, and they had been given no weapons. There was a weapons shortage. There weren't enough to go around, so they'd been given no weapons, and they were to pick up weapons from their fallen comrades as they got to the beach. However, there was a mix-up, and their group was actually sent in the first wave, and so they came to the beach with nothing in their hands and no one ahead of them, nothing in their hands except a prayer. During conversations with those service members, none of them said that they were heroes, but that they were doing what was asked of them for their country and for each other, for helping the others that were there. Their witness, I think, is a reminder to all of us in whatever places that we are in life, that what we do too is important. It may not seem heroic like those veterans. It may not seem like world-changing, but we can remember that God is in the midst of this, and that he is calling us, and that we are to follow it, to serve him. To do this day, give thanks for our veterans, thanks for their lives, thanks for their service, and thanks to their families too, who support them and have supported them through their work. God be with you all.